Alright guys, so here we are for another episode of the F1 2006 Career Mode Championship here for F1 Championship Edition. This is round number 13. Unlucky number 13 it might be for this episode. It's not Magyar Nagydic in Hungary, so it should be a very interesting episode. If I remember correctly, this track does not stand out as one of those ones where the AI, where myself will be OP, so I think we might be having a little bit of a battle here with the runners inside the top 10, so I'm looking forward to that, and hopefully we can have a good race and really claw back some points in the championship. So that's the end of Q1 then. It was very close, I must say, inside the top 10. Nice phone, by the way. Fake Ghost Pirate, shout out to you for making it in the video. I'll show on screen the timings at the end of the session. It is very close from, I think it's 3rd place down to like well beyond the top 10. So it's going to be a very interesting weekend, this one, where like literally everyone in the midfield is going to be equal on pace.
The second knockout session is about to begin.
Bang, 17-2. We've already bettered our qualifying 1 time. That's going to put us in good stead for this session and possibly get us straight through to qualifying 3. If you look at the standings, we're initially P4 at the moment. Now, what I would normally do is I would go straight on to qualifying 3, but I feel like we're getting to the business end of this championship and we need to extract the absolute maximum out of the car every single weekend now, because you don't know when you're going to be quick and when you're going to come up to a bogey track where you're literally not going to be competitive at all. So I want to get more customized to the tracks as I come into every weekend now, so that I'm more competitive, you know, right from the start. I get myself a good qualifying position, because I have been guilty in the past of going through the qualifying sessions a little bit too quickly and not giving myself the best chance to get up there. So we're not going to make that mistake this weekend. I'm going to continue to do running, even though we're safe for this session. Come on, 16, 16, 16, 8! We go through 3, third. Nice English, Benjamin. Oh, 5 tenths up, hello. What's this going to be? Is it a 16 as well? 16! Oh my goodness me! It's a 16.3. Where has that time come from? Where has it actually come from? Guys, am I hacking? I don't know if I'm hacking. I have literally pulled that one out of my you-know-where. And we've gone provisionally pole position in qualifying 2. 5 tenths clear of Michael Schumacher. Actually, guys, where the hell has this come from? I've dropped the controller. I'm genuinely shocked that this has happened, because this is a track that is literally like all the others in terms of mediocrity, and by putting in extra laps and maybe by listening to some music, I have pumped myself up and I've managed to find some time out of absolutely nowhere. This was going to be an average track for us, and now we are bang on the pace, and wow, this has completely changed the game.
This is the final battle for pole position. It's Nico Rosberg who is the
crowd booing? I hear the crowd booing in the background. Maybe they're not Toyota fans. Where is this? Oh my goodness me, we are driving on another level today. And here we go up to the line. This will be our first competitive run. It's a 17.6. You know, in qualifying 1, that would be a fairly decent time. On heavy fuel, I think that might be okay as a solid banker. I'm not talking your average accountant here. I'm talking good lap that could get us pole position for this Hungarian Grand Prix. Me and Michael Schumacher were level on times. That's a thing. Here we go. Here we go. 17.7. Ah. Here we go. What's this going to be? 17.8. Alright, so a bit of a sit rep at the moment as to what's going on. We're P5. We were quick at the start of the session. I don't know if I put in, you know, the absolute best lap so far. That's really going to vault me up there. So I'm hoping, we've got 2 laps left now. Hoping I can string together at least one of these 2 laps and get us near the front row of the grid. That's going to be the aim. 2 minutes to go, 2 laps left. Attack that fairly nicely. Haters will say corner cut or Photoshop. Here we go, we're 1/10 up. This is what I need to see. You might be thinking, 1/10 up, oh that's not very impressive, Ben. We're 1/10 up on our optimal best so far, so this may vault us up the order a little bit. 17.4, we move up 1 place, but crucially we're a lot closer to the front of the field. 3 tenths away from pole. And time has run out. Shit, physicality at 16.9. This looks much cleaner, much faster as well. Are we going to be up? Yes, 2 tenths. Final corner now, and this is going to decide where we start for the Hungarian Grand Prix up to the line. Is it a 17? It's a 17.5. And yes, it was slower than our previous best, so we lost a little bit of time there in the third sector. I ran wide through the penultimate corner, and I think that was enough for us to not displace Michael Schumacher for third place. So overall, not too bad.
So there we have it. From 10th to pole, the grid order looks like this.
So at the end of the day, we turned the Hungarian Grand Prix from an average track where we might have been running in the back end of the top 10 into one of those where we are right on the pace. 5 tenths away from Fisichella in Q3. However, we did set the fastest time overall over the course of the weekend. So that's nothing to get disappointed about. So we're definitely well in the mix for this one. If we can get off to a really good start, then we could potentially lead after the first lap or two and be right in the game. Without further ado, let's get into the race.
Clear grid and the drivers are ready for the off. And the field move away to begin the parade lap.
Good luck and enjoy the race.
Thank you very much, engineer. We have a Renault 1-2. We have Michael Schumacher starting beside us in third place. Second row of the grid behind us, Massa and Montoya. We've got the likes of the Hondas and then Raikkonen sort of rounding out the top 10 with the Williams as well. So here we go for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Hopefully we can get off to an absolutely beastly start and possibly lead this race. 10 red lights. And away we go for the Hungarian Grand Prix. The Renault in front of us has got off to an absolutely shocking start. That's Fernando Alonso. And now it's going to be myself and Fisichella drag racing this into turn 1. Are we going to lunge him into turn 1? Yes, we will. And we've taken the lead by turn 1. Absolutely fantastic start so far. Perfect. Could not ask for more. Hello. Oh, hello, Fisichella. I'm getting really close there. This middle sector is all about being as brave as you can. I did get a few, I don't want to say reprimands, but I got a few warnings in qualifying for pushing the boundaries with the track limits a little too much. So it's something we're going to have to watch out for and try and make pace without trying to risk the car too much. That's definitely going to be the key. But so far, we have a second's lead already.
It's quite overcast here now, and it looks like rain might...
No, don't give me that, Brundle. I don't want any rain today. Confidence is really high at the moment. I'm just, you know, streaking along this car fairly nicely without taking too many risks. Like when I start talking, that's when the risk factor pretty much triples. But yeah, we're slowly building up that advantage. It's 1.3 seconds now, only a few laps now until we make our first stop. What I am going to say, oh, rear tyres are starting to go off a little bit. You guys in the comments said I've been coming in too early. I should push the pit stop by an extra lap compared to what I've been doing. So that's what I'm going to do in this stint of the race. Because that's where we get jumped, because we come in just a little bit too early and we allow others to make up some time on us. So today, we're going to prevent that from happening.
Good start. You just put on your best tyre through sector 1.
Thanks, engineer, but I am a little bit concerned about that rear tyre wear. I'm going to up the traction control setting to number 3. I had it at like some kind of traction setting. It was at 83%, and if I bump it up to 3, which I have now, it'll bump it up to 90-odd% traction or something like that. For those of you who are new to F1 2006, all the cars in F1 had traction control back in those days, and there were different settings to wind back how much traction you had. The fastest qualifying setting required just slightly less traction. But either way, tyres really are starting to fade at this point in the race.
Going for your stop at the end of this lap. Your stop is at the end of this lap.
I'm sorry, engineer, but I've got some news for you. I'm staying out another lap. You can see we're fueled for another 2 laps, so I'm going to stay out at least 1 extra lap, but we're getting to the stage where it's getting quite risky to stay out because the tyres are really starting to drop off at this point and the residual grip is not quite there. And when the grip fades away, it becomes increasingly easy to spin out or just get caught on the curbs and just get sucked into the auto spin curbs a lot easier. So it's definitely something we'll need to watch out for. Alright, so Fisichella came in.
Battery fuel or you're not going to finish the race. Got it?
Okay, I got it. Thank you very much, engineer. I'm not going to forget this time. So we're coming in at the end of this lap. Like I said, we've run wide a little bit there at turn 1. Fisichella didn't come in. It was Alonso who came in. Fisichella must be coming in on this lap or possibly even the next one. So hopefully we can cover off the second Renault on this lap and Alonso doesn't make up too much time. I know the undercut isn't a thing in this era of F1, but still, he could make up some time if this section of this race is slow for us. Here we go, lads. We've made it. We've made it to this section of the race on orange tyres. That is a massive weight lifted from my shoulders. And now we've just got to nail the pit stop, and we should emerge in the lead of this Grand Prix. It's us versus Renault versus Ferrari. 8.2, fairly solid stop. The car kind of crabbed as it was leaving the pit lane there, but we do jump the teams around us, which is crucial. Now we've got to keep our eye on Alonso. And Alonso has rejoined in second place, so he's jumped his teammate. He must have got a really good in-lap there. Here we go. 3 laps to go. We're just stretching the legs now. Gap is 1.5 seconds to Alonso, who is falling into the clutches of his teammate.
You've started the final lap of the race in the lead.
This is the last lap of the race. Please, bring it home.
He's saying it as if it's life or death. Like this team is going to go bankrupt if we don't get this race win today. To be honest, it almost is life or death in terms of our championship. It's getting to the point of the season where we absolutely need to close in the gaps to these guys, but I think we've driven really well today. Today has just been a really, really good day. We showed pace right throughout the weekend. I honestly thought this was going to be a mediocre track for us. You know, we pushed at the times when we needed to push. We conserved at the right times as well. And we just made absolutely no mistakes in this Grand Prix. We're going to come across the line and win the Hungarian Grand Prix for the first time in this career mode. And I absolutely can't believe the result that we got today. Just absolutely incredible. It's going to do us a world of good in the driver's standings.
That's the 13th race of the season completed. Unlucky for some? Possibly. But it's provided an interesting spectacle once again.
So there we go. That's been the Hungarian Grand Prix for today. 1.2 seconds the difference to Fernando Alonso. We just controlled the race, I suppose. Ever since we got into the lead, we got it off to an absolutely beastly start. We started P4, past Michael Schumacher and Fernando Alonso right off the start in the first few gears, and then into turn 1 we lunged Fisichella. It was a risky move, we got it done, and from then on, no one else really had an answer to us. We stayed out the extra lap, we decided to risk it, even on, you know, fairly worn rubber. We managed to bring it to the pits, good pit stop. We just managed the race really well from start to finish, and probably one of my most complete drives at a track that was not really supposed to be a track that was good for me. So, absolutely stoked to get away with the race win today. Rare moments of success, that one, in a season that has been dominated by Ferrari and Renault. As you can see in the constructors standings, you'll just see how dominant those two teams have been. 163 plays 149. Literally, from third down, it's not a competition at the top of the drivers. In terms of the race wins and just getting, you know, podiums and victories and that kind of thing, it's all been Ferrari and Renault so far this season. So for us to get a race win, some podiums here and there, has been a real success for us. We sit in P5 at the moment in terms of the constructors and on 40 points. It's going to be a tough slog to get in front of Honda, but I think we might just be able to do it if, you know, we can have some things go our way. Actually, Honda is level with McLaren in third place. So, I don't know. Do you think we can get third in the constructors? That might be another goal that we set ourselves for this season. So, it's going to be interesting to see where this all plays out from here on in to the end of the season. Next up, we have the Turkish Grand Prix. We will advance time to see if there's anything to deal with in the way of contract offers, emails, anything like that, news clippings. Looks like it's nothing really in terms of news articles, you know, just the odd one about Ferrari. It looks like we're going to start testing in Istanbul, which is quite interesting. Maybe some upgrades on the horizon, so that's going to be absolutely awesome if we can apply those to the car. Fantastic performance. We've seen those emails before, but that has been this episode for the Hungarian Grand Prix. Guys, smash a like button if you enjoyed this episode. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Only a few more races left in this championship here, and it will take a hiatus until after the hype of F1 2016 dies down. So, once again, guys, I want to say thank you for watching. The support on these episodes has been absolutely awesome. I can't thank you guys enough for that. And let's hopefully back up this performance into the next race in the Turkish Grand Prix. Until then, guys, I'll see you next time.